This week we're going to highlight corn planting progress in the U.S. as well as the latest weather trends. Then we're going to turn our attention to Brazil, where corn is pollinating as we speak. We're going to come back and look at the latest export trends in the U.S. and wrap things up with a long-term review of December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We moved into the last week in April, and of course it's time to plant corn. Let's take a look at nationwide progress. USDA came out on Monday and said that we are 12% planted nationwide. Last year at this time 11%, and the 5-year average is 10%. We've highlighted several states here, mainly west of the Mississippi, who made very good progress this week, including Iowa as well as Missouri. Let's now take a look at the history of corn planting progress here. We're looking at a very quick pace, again 12% here. We're going to highlight that actually that 12% pace is an 8-year high, and on average approximately 29% of the U.S. corn is planted between April 20th and May 4th. So if we were looking at average conditions here as of early May, perhaps we'll be approaching 40% done nationwide. Of course, corn planting progress is directly tied to the weather. Let's take a look at the short-term trend. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-storm weather. Starting out here, giving a measure of topsoil moisture, looking at moisture the last 14 days. You can see it's driest in the west there. Not coincidentally, that's where we saw most of the corn planting progress last week. As we move further east here, a little bit wetter, but as we move farther in that eastern belt, more drier, so that may set up a better planting scenario for that region short term. Let's take a look at the next 7 to 10 days. We're starting out here Wednesday through Friday of this week. As you could read that gold box at the bottom, the heaviest rain is going to be west, mainly in Iowa, parts of the plains. As we move further east, not as much rainfall. We'll highlight that in a second. Now we're looking at the beyond that, Sunday through Tuesday, in that orange box. Again, you can read through that. But basically, it's saying we're going to get another system move through, wettest again in the west compared to the east. Let's now look at the background of corn production and what these moisture trends imply. We're looking here at the purple line here. What we can summarize is west of that purple line here, it's going to be wetter than normal. And you go east of that purple line, it's going to be closer to normal conditions the next near term. Now let's take a look at accumulated precip over the next 14 days. Again, we're looking at heaviest totals across parts of Kansas, southern Nebraska. As we move further east, more closer to normal across parts of western Ohio, Indiana, and most of Illinois. Let's shift gears now and focus on Brazil. Let's take a look at where that corn is produced in Brazil. Again, 4 key states here: Mato Grosso, Goiás, Mato Grosso do Sul, and Paraná. Mato Grosso, nearly 50% of the corn is grown there. Let's take a look at the progress now. We're looking at, on average, 50% of the second crop corn is silking or pollinating by April 20th. Notice in that left-hand corner, we're at 52% as of April 19th, so it's right in line with the average. Let's take a look at short-term rainfall trends. Very wet, as you can see, across all those areas. Nearly ideal conditions for corn pollination. Let's now shift gears and look at export trends in the U.S. We're looking at unshipped sales of corn here. We're looking at a very solid pace. We look at all destinations here, but when we remove China, notice we're at the second highest level in the last 20 years. Here's the key message. Excluding 2021, when a very active Chinese buying was seen, this year's seasonal sales pace, about the last 4 weeks, is at a 30-year high. And that really gives one an idea of just how strong export demand is. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in December corn. The December corn, as we tape here on Tuesday, is trading near $4.60 a bushel. Notice as we move into May, June, July, August, even into September, the potential exists for quite a bit of price volatility. That's why we strongly encourage you to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we update every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.